Yeah, so I'm Jessica Rigley, and I am a machine learning engineer at a climate tech company called Carbon Re. So I'll just briefly talk through my career path. So I started off doing my undergraduate degree in natural sciences at Cambridge, and I specialized in physics, thinking I was going to go into particle physics. So then the summer after my third year of my undergraduate, I came to CERN and I was a summer student. And while I was there, I did a project at CMS running simulations. And I really enjoyed that. But I wasn't entirely sure I wanted to be a particle physicist anymore. So then I did another year of my undergraduate as my master's, and I specialized in a combination of astrophysics and particle physics. And then the summer after my undergraduate, I did an internship at a small startup called Wayve. And they're a company that uses AI to develop self-driving cars. And this was my first ever taste of machine learning. I literally spent my first 2 weeks like reading through a lecture course to understand how it worked. But I really enjoyed this. I got like a second author publication out of it. So it was like my first experience of like research really. And yeah. Then I did my PhD in astrophysics, and I'd really enjoyed machine learning, but there weren't any machine learning projects, so I actually did something completely unrelated. I was running computer simulations for like dust in the habitable zones of stars. So I was just doing lots of theory, lots of coding, writing simulations. And after my PhD, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was a bit on the fence about academia versus industry. So I stayed on for another year as a researcher. So I was a postdoc doing research quite similar to my PhD, but with a few more responsibilities, a bit more going on. And yeah, after a year, for a whole host of reasons, I was quite set that I really didn't want to be in academia and I wanted to leave. I think for me, the main reason was that a lot of my research was very theoretical, and I wanted to do something that I felt was having like a tangible, positive impact on the world. So for the past year, I've been a machine learning engineer at Carbon Re. And I guess one thing to highlight about my career path is before I got my current job, my only machine learning experience was from my 3 months internship at Wayve. So I didn't have much experience before I started. But yeah, so at Carbon Re, we develop AI models to reduce the carbon emissions of heavy industry. And at the moment, our primary focus is the cement industry, because cement is actually the second most used resource in the world after water. And producing it is a very energy intensive process. You have to get the chemical reactions to work, you have to heat the material to like over 1400 degrees. And so it actually accounts for 8% of global carbon emissions. And so we develop machine learning models of the process to try and optimize it and reduce the emissions. And it's actually a really hard problem because you basically have hundreds of different sensors and you have to use your knowledge to understand which sensors are going to be useful for your model. And you also need to use an understanding of the physics and chemistry of the problem, as well as obviously machine learning. So I really enjoy it as like a combination of physics and machine learning. And obviously it's really rewarding to work somewhere where you know you're having a tangible impact.